and gentlemen, welcome to a new video. My name is Roy and today we're going to react to the second batch of Festival Kënges songs. Yes, Albania has released their songs and in episode 1 you could have seen me react to the first batch of songs. So if you haven't checked it out please. But today I've asked my editor again to make me a list of songs, and this episode there will be 7 of them that I'll be reacting to, and I'm really curious. We started off quite nicely and I hope I'll be amazed. I don't think I've heard the winner yet, but that all changed today. Yeah, I'm excited. Let's jump in. Let's see what Albania has to offer more. So yeah, second batch of songs, 7 of them will be reacted to today, and the first one in the playlist is Manjola Nalbani. It's nearly the country itself, cool. Manjola Nalbani with Ora e jetës. Jetës? This reminds me of the song. Oh, what does this remind me of? It reminds me of Ukraine 2019 Junior Eurovision. The beats are not fully meshing. Kinda keeps me on edge. Oh. It feels like the final end production isn't the best. But that's not necessarily an issue for live though. Like the voice and instrumentals didn't really seem one cohesive piece, but more edited on top of each other, and it's just that the final editing didn't work or didn't happen, I guess. I'm not a fan of the dub. Rick and Morty for you. It's like 3 patterns going over each other. You have the vocals, you have the background beat, and you have like the claps and stuff in between. And they're all kind of on different wavelengths, which makes it interesting, but also a tough listen for a casual, I think. Even for me, it's quite a tough listen. Like, they all have a bit of a different melody to them, I guess. If that makes sense. Another oddball. Albania said, "We ain't basic this year. We ain't basic." Okay. I'll say this, it's a really interesting piece and it intrigued me a lot. I will say that. There were different layers to focus on, but sometimes for the casual listeners, especially, you kind of want to keep it a bit more simple, a bit more toned down. You know, it's a bit too complex, I think, and it just doesn't stand out enough. Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't stand out enough to really do something in Eurovision if this were to win. So I don't think they should be the winner either. But it's not bad. It's really interesting what they did here. It's a really weird, interesting piece. Yeah. Not bad. The next song is Rosela Gil. Jesus. These names are really difficult, man. I'm trying my best. Rosela Gilbegu. Something like that. Vashëzo. Interesting. Vashëzo has an interesting sound to it already. I'm intrigued. Let's click play. Missed. Click. Oh. Okay. It already... That's good. It started off with, like, if you have headphones on, it started right or left there, right or left there, right or left there, and it's something really pleasuring to the ear. Like, it's already something you intrigue. This can go to interesting places. Hearing some potential here. Vashëzo, that's how you pronounce it. I kinda knew, because, like, it's also Kënges, with the dots on the first E, I think. Oh, they added a lot of little interesting details. Like, at that point you had a ding, and you have the woo. That didn't need to be added necessarily, but they decided to add them anyway. And that makes it interesting. But it's another, like, overall feeling so far is that they're, in the contest itself, it's cool. Ooh. That's interesting. I like that. What I was gonna say, I forgot that I was talking. This is the same syndrome where it's just cool, but not outstanding enough that if you were to throw this as a final piece into Eurovision, it would do well. And that's what we were looking for, right? We're looking for that one perfect song that would do well in Eurovision for Albania. I'm enjoying myself though. Bam bam. Bam bam. Oh, that echo in the end was really pleasuring my ears. That was an interesting piece. That was a really interesting piece. A lot was happening, but I don't think enough of those lot things happen. Like, it's kind of the syndrome that I've seen throughout, is that they have a really cool idea and a really cool, interesting take on how they want to go with the song. And they added a lot of little details and interesting elements that just went throughout the song that you could have also said, okay, I'm not going to add this. And that's really what I'm looking for. You know, you want those little details to make your song have more longevity, sound more interesting. And they really did well with that. But I think the overall vibe of this song, if you just take a step back and not analyze it too much and just listen to the piece, it just does not have that wow factor, that one thing you remember it by. Just only really the interesting details. But so far we've already had quite a lot of songs that are just really intriguing and kind of odd. So that is not a thing that you can really remember it by at this point anymore. So it's just not fully there, but it is cool. I really think it was cool. Anyways, up next we have Victor Tayrash from that with Nënë, which is mother, I think, because like didn't Mirud sing that a couple of years back? Mirud with an, yeah, I think so. Okay. Hearing some electrical guitar go from here to here. That's cool. I've noticed that a lot though. Like, so far in Festival Kënges, a lot of the song work with the concept of having two sides of your ears. So working it in one side and then working it and let it go over to the other side. It's really cool for a listening experience. It's also something you don't need to add, but if you add it, it makes it better. I also love how, like, throughout the years you get to know a couple of words in every language. Like Bote is world. I know that now. That's cool. I hope this goes somewhere though, because it's so far a bit too middling. But just the chorus, for example, it's not very memorable. But I think it is the chorus, and that's concerning. Slightly. Okay. Now rock it out. Come on, come on. No. It continues. Come on, rock it out. Come on. I was right, man. There we go. I knew that would be a guitar. Oh, yeah. I love being right, you know, when I just feel the music and where it will go, and then be like, yeah, let's have some guitar now. Nice little solo. But nowadays I don't think the solo is enough to really grasp everyone in Europe. I don't think his voice is strong enough either. So Albania usually has a lot of very strong vocals, and his vocals are definitely good, but it's not as outstanding as a lot of other songs would be, I think. Some interesting things going on, it's just that I'm missing the something to connect to this song, which is really unfortunate. Cool way to end it, to be honest. If that's the end. It was the end. Okay. Okay. Like I said, it was interesting, but again, it's not enough, I think. It's not enough to really feel that one connection, that final connection with the song. And that's really unfortunate. There was a lot of potential, and yeah, I mean, that's Albania usually. Like, there are a lot of songs that could be amazing, and they're just good or great, but they could be amazing. And that's, like, this is kind of in a good category, but it could be amazing. Like, they have some interesting ideas. It's just not fully worked out into its full potential. Evi Reci with Tjerr is up next. So, let's click play. So that's memorable. Some guitar playing. Oh. Oh. Ooh, this can really go interesting places. There's some low-key Billie Eilish vibes. Is that weird? Just a bad guy. This is a direction I didn't think would go, but ooh, it stays really mysterious. Oh. Oh, I like this. This is memorable. I feel like you can really... This will sound bad if you make this in English and just give it a bit more modern upgrade, and it would to win, I wouldn't hate that. I think you could really tell a nice story on stage with this. Like, it has a lot of interesting things, and we know that Albania likes to go for a little bit of a revamp, at least a little bit, and it doesn't need to be translated, but I feel like this song would maybe benefit from translating. Her voice is also really good. Oh, violins. Bit unexpected, but why not? How long is the song? 3:15, also not bad. Honestly, I think this may be my favorite so far. I don't think this will be a crowd favorite. I honestly think this could work. I actually like that. I actually like that. And for once, I think that this song could actually benefit from a translation to English. I actually think so. Like, you could really... I can just picture this on the stage with... Oh, this would be really tough to explain. I may have to stand up for this. Okay, so... Like, for example, you just have her kind of just walking along on the stage and a nice backdrop happening, right? And I don't know, I just can't picture that they can do so much interesting stuff with this song. And I think it could really, really work. And if you translate it into English and you just make this up-tempo, lovely little vibe that people can just sway to, I see potential in this. I honestly think that this could do really, really well if it were to go to Eurovision and get a little bit of a revamp. And maybe a translation. And I know a lot of people hate it when the Albanians translate their songs. But I honestly think that this could really benefit from it. Top job. I like that. I think that's my favorite so far. Honestly do. And that's weird because it's also not a finished piece, but I think that is workable. Very workable. Not a hater at all. Not a hater at all. On to the next, and I'm super duper excited for this man, because last year he had really interesting rock-infused piece, and it was honestly one of my favorites last year, so I really hope he brings it again. This year his song is Peng, and the singer is Davis Xerau, and honestly I really loved this song last year, so I really hope this doesn't disappoint, and I'm really hoping for some lovely rock in Albania, because I love that. I love that. So without further ado, let's just jump into it, and I'm so excited. Let's click play. Oh. Oh, he brings it acoustic at first. I think he did the same last year as well. If this goes into a mad rock break, I'm sold. I think last year's song was written by what's his name? The one who sung Mal. Eugene Bushpepa. He wrote the song last year. Not sure if that's happening this year again though. It's already got a nice build up. Because you start with a lovely little guitar play and just very acoustic. And his voice starts low and it builds, and then you add instruments when his voice goes higher as well. Nice. Ah, please. Magical. Oof. It's intriguing, but I think at this point you needed to have something to happen. Maybe. I hope this will have an epic finale. We hope it. Even more happening. I like how they do that. Like, they build up from a very just simple guitar play, and then they added instruments when his voice went a different way. Then they added a bit more. Then they brought it down again, and now they added like 4 or 5 instruments at the same time, just after the flute. Love that. It's a cool song, but I don't think this is enough to stand out. I love the flute, I love the flavor it's getting me, but I wish it gave me more. Because right now it's just his voice with some lovely acoustic instruments, and it's fine. It's a fine listen, definitely. I just, when you bring that to Eurovision, again, you need more. More is more. Not always, but in this case, yes. That's unfortunate. Okay, so I know by now that this is probably not written by Eugene Bush-Pepper. Which last year his song was written by him, and that was so epic. Let's actually see who wrote his song. Yeah, it's himself. Well, he did well with that. Oh, he's a good musician. I really liked what was happening acoustically, but it's just... I don't think it will work in Eurovision, so... Unfortunate. I was excited and it was a bit disappointed, not gonna lie. It's a good song though. It's fun. It's a cool listen. It's something cultural that I don't hear in the Netherlands every day, as in I never hear this. So I'm really happy for national selections where you just get so much ethnic vibes and so many different flavors than what you are used to. I love that about national final season. Yeah, not my cup of tea necessarily. Up next, we have Wendy Manchaku, whatever. I think she participated last year as well, but I don't remember her song. But I do recognize the name. So, I'm curious. Let's click play. Oh. Ooh. Her voice is lovely. She's got such a pop voice that you're not really used to in Albania. But also very soothing voice. Interesting. Has a modern flavor to it, I think. It's predictable, it's good. I need something to happen now though. I need some pace to pick up. But it may now. Stays in this a bit too long, I feel. Nothing happens. That's a massive bummer. I just realized that it's not a chair on the picture, it's a guitar. Good job, Roy. I was like, what a weird backside for a chair, but... She has a lovely voice, like really lovely. I wish this song was better though. Like, something more needs to happen melodically. It's just a bit too simple. Kinda makes me cold, if that makes sense. We're getting some piano. But you know, if you're watching this at Eurovision, you would have checked out by this point. And that's just unfortunate. Okay, massive plus is definitely her voice. Her voice stands out in this piece so much, and her voice is so nicely soothing to your ears. Honestly, it's so good, and that makes me really upset that the song isn't better, because the song is so kind of basic and doesn't really have a personality, I would say, and that's really unfortunate, because I think Wendy definitely has the voice to one time represent Albania at Eurovision, because it's kind of that more poppy voice sound that not necessarily Albania has usually. So if she can come with a better piece next year, for example, that's a bit more interesting and a bit more, that has a bit more character than this, I think she could one day definitely do well for Albania. Just not this year. This is not good enough melodically. It's a lovely listen. Her voice is super soothing. Soothing. Jesus, that's quite a difficult word for me to pronounce, I just realized. Soothing. But it's just not fully there for me, I guess. The final song of this group is Angshi Nasufi with Njësoj. Njësoj, because like with the E, it's like I'm learning a bit, I guess. Anyways, Angshi Nasufi with Njësoj. Let's click play for a final song I missed. Let's click play. I just forget sometimes to put my mouse on the thing. Oh. This has my interest from the get-go. This can go places. I'm excited to see where this goes. I hope it goes somewhere. I like that. Every day, na na na. Wow. Some English in there. Some disco groovy vibes. I guess she tries to keep it a bit more too ballady, maybe. It's groovy though. Never gonna give you. Oh, sorry. Every time I hear that sound combination, I just immediately go there. Also, this one is like, I get the direction, I get where they were trying to go for, but it's just, I think she tries to please both crowds a bit too much. Like, she tries to keep it a bit too ballady for it to be a full disco song, and she tries to give it a bit too much disco flavor to make it a good ballad. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't say it's not good, by the way. It's also one of the songs where I'm struggling a little bit how to picture this on a fixed stage, like Festival Kënges. I don't know, I'm not sure if this would do that amazingly. Not because it's not good, but because I have struggles picturing it on the Festival Kënges stage, and so far every other song I kind of know what they would try to go for, and in that regard, it kind of sticks out, I guess, because it's a bit more poppy than a lot of the other songs so far, and yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that was the final batch of songs. I think I had in the previous one I had two that I really liked, and now I think I'm only leaning towards one. Although there were a lot of them that had a lot of potential, but just didn't fully met it. Definitely my favorite here was Tjerr from Eva Ricci. It's so far my favorite from them all. I'm not gonna lie, because that has definitely got the potential to become something good for Eurovision. It's definitely something workable for Eurovision, and that's ultimately what you want. You want something workable that you have a good result with for Albania, and I think that song definitely has that for me so far. Halfway through. Need to listen to 13 more songs, 2 more episodes to come. I hope you enjoyed this one. Make sure to give it a like, and make sure to subscribe to my channel as well if you enjoyed, and if you want more, because I'm definitely going to give you more. And yeah, for me today, Albania, stay amazing. But for now, peace out.